Welcome, everyone, to the Sonoma Spiel. My name is Tim with the Sonoma Valley Visitors Bureau. Those of you watching on YouTube will see I have some very large, very sharp golden scissors that are in my hand. I'm not going to go running with these, but today I went to a roundabout opening. There is a new roundabout in Sonoma Valley, and for those of you that are afraid of roundabouts, don't be afraid. It's actually quite easy to do. It goes into a intersection which used to back up for miles and miles. It was State Route 116, State Route 121, brought people up from Marin into Sonoma. If you made the wrong turn, you went to Napa, that's okay, we forgive you. But it was a 3 to 4 way stop, and it's now a roundabout. It's really amazing. And they made the mistake of inviting me to be one of the speakers at the ribbon cutting. So I got these amazing scissors, which is really fun. And I let off my comments by stating that this is the first roundabout I've ever been to for a ribbon cutting, but it's not the first ribbon cutting I've been to. I've had the opportunity to go to, hotels and spas and wineries. And my favorite is talking about new restaurants, because you can go to a new restaurant ribbon cutting. You get to taste the food, talk to the chef, and kind of see what their vision is. And also at restaurant ribbon cuttings, you don't have to listen to 4 other politicians. So that's a nice thing. Which brings me to my very special guest. Now, I know every week I say I have a very special guest. This time I do actually mean it. This time I mean it because he's fresh from Philadelphia a long time ago. He's been on the podcast before, but every time he comes on the podcast, it seems like he has a new business, and we're going to hear about it. I have Arie Weisswasser of Stella Kenwood, Glen Star, and Park Avenue Catering. Arie, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Good. Thanks.
I just want to comment. I remember this from last time. You very smooth opening.
Really?
Yeah. It just kind of flows, and then all of a sudden you're there. You hang out there, and then boom.
Yeah, I just bring you right in.
It's good. I like it.
It's like a pilot. You don't know if he's going to land or not.
Yeah.
He does it. I appreciate that because I forget to write them down, and so when I'm driving in, I'm trying to think what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And
sometimes that's I think that's the best way.
Loyal listeners will know if I didn't have a roundabout ribbon cutting to go to, I would have talked about the tacos I had at the farmer's market or something else that just happened. So that's kind of, by the way, the tacos were great. Breakfast tacos, they're really good. They're delicious. But you guys don't serve breakfast tacos, do you?
No.
Well, let's get into what you do serve. Stella Kenwood. What is that?
Stella is our relatively newest restaurant, opened March 1st this year. Mm-hmm. And it's our beautiful restaurant design, open kitchen, similar to Glen Star.
Right.
And a beautiful wood fire grill. It's kind of the centerpiece of the kitchen.
Got it.
External firebox, which means you can actually see the fire in the center. Yeah.
Okay. While you're dining, you can look and see the fire.
Yeah. It's definitely the showpiece. It kicks off a lot of heat. So you're at the chef's counter.
Yeah.
There is a glass protection, but you can certainly feel it a little bit.
So you can wear a tank top, is what you're saying?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Or maybe some hot rocks, and it's a sauna experience.
Yeah. Well, that too. I probably wouldn't recommend that, but there's this interesting design. There's the firebox is external, it's front and center, and on the bottom there are these grates, and the coals fall through when they're the right size and the right heat, and that's what we use. We rake them on either side, so there's 2 rotating grills.
Really?
Either side, yeah.
So they're cooking on the side of the firebox.
On the side of the firebox.
You're not cooking over the open flames.
No.
That's interesting, because I didn't, when I was there.
You can. There are some techniques where you do it right on the coals, right on the fire, but yeah, we typically would do on the right side and the left side, alternating levels. So, gentle heat left, more aggressive heat right.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of things are you, let's just jump into that. In this firebox of mystery, what kind of things are you cooking on there?
Sure. Let's see, lamb ribs, one of my favorite appetizers. It's been on the menu since day one.
Writing that down. Lamb ribs.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a tomahawk for 2.
Okay.
Which is wonderful. We're doing a Denver cut as well.
What's that?
Kind of it's similar. Well, are you familiar with the zabuton?
No.
And on a Glen Star? No. So zabuton translates to seat cushion in Japanese, which is the shape of the the cut of meat when it comes to us.
Okay.
It's very versatile. You can grill it. Same with the Denver steak. So
we're talking about beef here right now.
We're talking about beef.
Okay.
Yeah. You can grill it. You can braise it. It's very, very well marbled. Almost kind of looks like a short rib, if you will.
Okay.
But it's if you grilled a short rib and try to eat it medium rare, it'd be very tough.
Okay.
So this is a different experience. This is a nice, great texture, well marbled meat, very conducive to wood fire cooking, kind of a aggressive heat.
Consumers buy that at the butcher, or is that like we get different parts of that?
Interesting. I've never tried. Denver cut is probably your kind of closest option.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Look, I'm learning all sorts of new stuff here.
Yeah.
Is Stella Kenwood, what kind of food is it overall?
It's definitely Italian.
Okay.
We, kind of labeled Cal Italian. So it's Italian through a California lens.
Because you mentioned that just now, your first restaurant in Sonoma Valley, or as far as I know, was Glen Star.
Yeah.
And that is also kind of, people ask what kind of food it is. I'm like, well, it's wine country fabulous. It's wine country cuisine. It's fresh. But what would you call Glen Star?
Glen Star, we kind of pivoted away from Italian. Mm-hmm. Before we opened Stella, we ran a lot of R&D and we leaned heavy into pasta. There's always pizza. It always will be on the menu.
Right, because the pizza was one of the big things you were known for when you opened.
Yeah.
Is you had an actual wood-fired.
We have wood-fired oven pizza, yeah.
And the pizzas were
sourdough pizza, which is distinguishable from the pizza that you get in Sonoma.
Right.
So that'll always be there. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of hard to break those Italian handcuffs, if you will, mm-hmm. as far as cuisine. But we thought it was important to differentiate Glen Star from Stella when we opened Stella. So there is all kinds of influences we pull. Caribbean, Jamaican now.
Okay.
Portuguese, Spanish. There's always French foundation and technique layered in. It might not scream French, but you certainly look there, and that's kind of how I was trained, and that's the foundation.
Well, that's the style of chefing.
Well, that's like the behind the scenes, framework, right? And then we have a wonderful asset, the Glentucky family farm, which is my father-in-law Mike. Very, very dedicated. Mike and Mary, my in-laws, they run an incredible biodynamic farm. Mm-hmm. And really, we're just coming off of its peak with, tomatoes, eggplant, shishito peppers, basil, arugula, all kinds of salad greens. There's pomegranate now. There's persimmon, haichian fuyu, figs.
He's growing all that stuff up there?
It's all up there, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now we're into root vegetables, so they're thumbelina carrots. You know what those are?
They really small.
They look like
carrots.
little tops, right?
Really?
Yeah.
They actually go down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They're probably, we harvest them about an inch and a half, and they're kind of fat.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
And then what do you do with those?
We glaze them, wood fire. We use them. We feature them in small amounts, so it's not like a puree or something like that. So they're very interesting, very delicate. A lot of labor. You can imagine harvesting those.
Yeah, that does not
planting things. It's not my labor, but it's
the labor of the farmers.
So it's a nice way to show off the farm.
Glentucky farm, you said.
Glentucky farm, yeah. Fairy tale eggplant.
What is
a miniature
thumbelina carrot? What is this? Is this like
miniature? These are ingredients I became familiar with in my fine dining days.
Okay.
In New York City, French Laundry.
Right.
Restaurant Danielle, and you'd use these tiny little beautiful vegetables.
Are we talking tweezer vegetables right now?
No.
Okay.
No.
These are not tweezer vegetables.
No.
They're
Small, they're like baby vegetables.
Gotcha.
Right? So there's baby carrots.
Right.
You would immediately think of this skinny, narrow, like maybe 3-4 inches.
Right.
Thumbelinas are like an inch and a half, and a little fatter. Yeah.
I mean, baby carrots were also like a marketing gimmick that they take big carrots, chop them into little tiny carrots, repackage them.
Those are
not actual baby carrots.
Those are like kid snacks carrots.
Exactly.
There's actually baby carrots with tops that are more actually that are traditional,
closer to the soil.
Yeah.
Arie, you mentioned then you were French styled. When last time we were on, we talked about your journey to becoming a chef. I believe you worked in the non-chef world briefly, like in business. Mm-hmm. But I think what inspired you to work as a chef, if I remember, is like you went to a Thanksgiving dinner gone awry.
Yeah.
And I love that you're back right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And
listen, Thanksgiving, one of my favorite holidays. Actually, I've been really excited about Halloween lately because with the kids and decorate the house in costumes, and that's super fun. Thanksgiving, you still have Christmas and New Year's. That's always a highlight and look forward. But Thanksgiving's awesome. One of my favorite holidays. My favorite things one of my favorite, meals or dinners to prepare.
Really,
family still. Yeah,
you still like that, even though it's your job too.
And we see a lot of turkeys this year. Glen Star is continuing our tradition of. So we offer packages of 4 and 8. Like completely ready to go pick up on Thanksgiving morning.
Wow.
I believe it's between 10 and 1 this year.
Okay.
And so, we went live early October, maybe it was like the last weekend of September. So, you can go on the website, order, just sides, total package for 4 for 8.
That's
extra
great.
Gravy, pumpkin pie, whatever you want.
Everything you need.
Everything, and then it's we organize it so it's picked up morning of.
Right, that makes sense.
There's also, and then tried this 2 years ago, worked really well. So there's an option you can donate, $25, and it helps feed someone in need.
That's great.
So last year, I forget the number we did, but it was pretty substantial.
Okay.
We probably dropped off 6 turkeys and dinners. We went to the small tiny houses on Boys right there. Yeah. They're very appreciative.
That's great.
And it's pretty cool to pull up with a truck. They don't know we're coming, right? So we about 2:30, 3 o'clock. And so what we do is we match the donation.
Okay. That's wonderful.
So it's an awesome program. We've also worked with Sonoma food runners in the past to do the same thing. And that's Glen Star. This year, Stella, we're actually open on Thanksgiving.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, 11 a.m. to 6.
Okay.
There's still seats remaining, but it's a very popular day. It's our first time, experimenting that.
We've already been getting calls about it. So we started the list of who's open.
Yeah.
And a lot of people either want what you have, or you can just pick up a ready-made meal, whether it's from a restaurant or like Sonoma Market will do it too and stuff like that. Yeah. Or a sit-down, let's just do Thanksgiving at a restaurant.
Yeah, yeah. So I know it was very popular in New York. That was actually the heaviest volume, the biggest volume day I've ever done in a restaurant was Thanksgiving had to be like 2004 at Restaurant Danielle.
Really? You just cranked it through?
We did over 1,000 covers.
You did a buffet, right? Tell me you did not.
No? Sit down, fine dining,
oh my
course
gosh.
out, plated.
That's a lot.
It was a lot. It was, God.
Did your staff come to work the next day? Or
it was 12. Yeah, because you got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's a huge weekend.
Yeah.
So it's just, you can start mentally preparing for it early in the week, but yeah, it was a little over 1,000 covers. Starts about noon, ended about 9, and it was all day, just like
no rest. It's a lot.
I mean, you had a partner, so you would kind of tag out, but yeah, that was a lot. And so that was my first time actually, getting comfortable with the idea of having Thanksgiving outside of your house. Because, but in New York, I guess it's limited space. A lot of people do it in restaurants.
Tiny. When my sister lived in New York, she showed me her cookbook, which was all to-go menus, the takeout stuff. So let's go to Stella real quick. Stella, Italian food. The big buzz is pasta up there.
Yeah.
Do you guys buy the pasta from Costco, or how do you do that?
Yeah, I go to Costco in a minivan every morning, and I get the best stuff. No, we make our pasta. We've been making pasta almost 10 years now. We started at Glen Star with this tiny little machine. There's a company in San Francisco called Emilio Miti, and a proprietor. All of our machines are through him. We have 3 now. Okay. The Dali 2 was our first version, so we learned how to make pasta. Semolina and water, some variations. But
semolina is a flour, right?
It's a flour, yeah. Okay. Yeah. And so, there's no egg in our extruded pastas.
Really?
So it's just flour and water. We developed a gluten-free pasta, which is also incredible. So we carry that. And now that as we grew and we outgrew that machine is now the gluten-free machine. Okay,
you got the line over
there. And then
the
larger ones are for the production. Yeah.
Okay.
So we do pasta fresh. We do pasta also raw, to go. So you can order, clamshell pasta and red sauce.
I can?
Absolutely.
Did not know that.
Yeah. We even timed it to that song Amore. Dean Martin, right? So it's like
the moon hits your eye. That one?
Yeah. Okay. 3 minutes, 17 seconds, I think, is the song on Spotify, and that's exactly how long it takes to cook the pasta. So
that's smart.
You drop it, put the song on.
Right.
As soon as it's over, take it out.
Okay. Well, I think the estate of Dean Martin or whoever should sponsor this. Absolutely.
I mean, if you have any contacts, that would be great.
Let them know. When you make pasta, I don't know enough about making pasta, but I've seen people dry it on like on a rack. And is that what you have to do, or do you, if it's fresh, you just throw it right in the water? How's that work?
Yeah, so it depends. We haven't had a lot of success drying our extruded pasta. There's a machine that we bought. It's a very expensive machine. It's probably about the size of that door right there. And there's 20 screens.
Okay, yeah.
Shelves, and you pile them in. There's a fan at the bottom, and there's
like a fruit dryer.
top. Yeah, and it basically turned into just a storage closet because I couldn't figure out how to work. But really, what happened was I guess it dried too aggressively, and the pasta would crack. Right, so it was a mess. So we don't dry our pastas, but I think what you're referring to, if you ever make like pappardelle, which is an egg, which is a fresh pasta.
Okay.
And pappardelle or tagliatelle. So that's more of a fresh pasta that you dry.
Okay.
Before you, I mean, you could cook it fresh.
Right.
But in the restaurants that I came up in, you'd almost have like one of those like accordion clothes dryers.
Yeah, exactly it.
Yeah. And you would literally noodle by noodle.
Just put them over there.
You'd put them over there, and they would dry.
Yeah.
And then you'd portion them, you'd weigh them, portion them.
Oh, I see.
Gently wrap them in some parchment paper.
Okay.
And then literally on the order in boiling water, you just hold the parchment, let
Open it
go,
up.
and it goes down, and then that's
that's clever.
That's your
That
pasta
makes sense.
program, yeah.
Because that's what I mean. I've been to Stella Kenwood when you guys opened. The pasta is amazing. It really is.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you got like a Italian nonna back there that you have to work for us, or how you figured that out, but it's really good.
I mean, it's pretty simple. So when you buy, I don't have, there's no romantic story with me. I wasn't in Italy and learned from somebody's
You think the sun was rising, and you're like, tell me the
pasta in my house growing up was the, I can't remember the name, but you know the name, like the blue box. And
it's good stuff.
Yeah.
You got to do the whole box, pot it right in there, just like about your parchment paper.
1 pound.
Boom. That's right.
Feeds 4 people, 12 minutes. So that pasta takes a lot longer to cook. This is super short.
Okay.
That pasta is like a 10 to 12 minute pasta.
Yeah, it's normally pastas. I made some last night.
And when you look at them, when we were doing all of our research development, we bought a bunch of pastas, cooked them, and figured out there are some pastas that are extruded with just semolina and water.
Okay.
And most of them have lots of preservatives and
do.
things like that you can't pronounce. So we stay away from those. But they're a lot thicker. So there's different dyes and there's different thicknesses in the noodle.
Your pasta was so light. It was so good.
So ours is on the thinner side.
Yeah.
Meaning, so if you look at a rigatoni and the diameter, there's very how do you say this? There's formulas and there's certain millimeters that determine the shape and what you call the pasta, right? So
is it the International Council of Italian Pasta?
It's something like
amalgamated guild.
But I mean, you can look this up if you're at home, you're interested, just Google it, right? So you'll see like different levels of rigatoni. Like some are, this, some are this, and so the thicker they are, the easier the more, the durable they are, and I guess for packaging. So when you buy pasta in a box at Whole Foods, they're a lot thicker than what you would have in the restaurants. The restaurant is a lot.
It's really
thinner,
thin and light,
more delicate. Yeah,
and it has actually a really good taste to it. I was amazed.
Yeah.
I've also heard, and maybe I'm misremembering stuff. Is there like a mozzarella bar?
Yes.
Is this a bar you walk up to?
Well, we call it a Burrata bar.
A Burrata bar.
Yeah.
And so is there like a bartender that gives you balls of Burrata?
You whip a shot of Burrata, you slam that.
Don't joke with me, because I would absolutely go to a Burrata bar.
No, Burrata bar, not an original idea, but when we were looking at the restaurant and concept, so there is a very famous chef, Nancy Silverton, Los Angeles. She has a restaurant called Mozza, right? Okay. And she has one in DC now, I believe. There's several more. But they were first known for the mozzarella bar.
Got it.
And so Los Angeles, she is an incredibly talented, very accomplished chef.
Okay.
Trailblazer, if you will. And really, that was the first time Burrata bar, at least, or mozzarella bar, got on the map. I think there actually is an offshoot called mozzarella bar to go. So
for real.
Which is brilliant.
But are they doing mozzarella shooters?
I don't think anybody's doing that yet.
I mean, that's going to be kind of a hard thing to do, but
we'll figure it out.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. So, so there's about 8 different variations. You can order Burrata or mozzarella.
Okay.
Yeah. Everything.
What's the difference again?
So Burrata is kind of like a thin skin, but very, very creamy inside.
Okay.
Right? So have you ever had the cheese stracciatella?
I have.
So stracciatella, a couple variations. So it's streaks, right? So in this example, it's curds of cheese streaks, but you may have had stracciatella ice cream that has streaks of chocolate in the vanilla. That's stracciatella ice cream, right? So streaks.
Because I've had burrata. I buy burrata all the time, which I shouldn't because half my family's like lactose intolerant, but I can sneak it in the corner.
Yeah.
I just don't know how they get it and they enclose it with magic somehow to close it up with the firm exterior, or firm, like a balloon. It's a balloon.
Yeah.
It's basically a cheese balloon with sweet cream filling.
Right.
And it's so good.
Well, it all starts there, and it's basically it's like a chemical reaction, right? It's a seal.
Oh, really?
A natural.
So you don't have like a torch where you seal it off or something?
No. And making burrata and making mozzarella we've done in small. We've never made burrata, but we've pulled mozzarella before.
Okay.
That's fine. Originally, we were going to pull mozzarella for the restaurant, but the volume that we do,
right,
it would just be you'd have to have somebody. So if you had a mozzarella bar, traditionally that was all you did.
Right.
That'd be kind of fun project.
It would be fun.
And on catering events, we do that occasionally.
Okay.
So you're taking mozzarella curd, which is the cheese that we use on the pizza.
Okay.
At Glen Star. So we're very familiar with that. It looks like a pillow.
Oh.
It's super, it's packed, it's vacuum packed, it's in whey. And it's very, very dense. And the reason we use it on pizza is because it doesn't, if you use buffalo mozzarella on pizza and you try to bake, the water content seeps out it completely and it waters down your sauce and it sogs out your crust.
Gotcha.
And some, like the Naples pizza, I mean, that's the style. It's a knife and fork pizza. But in ours, we want to retain the crispy and we want to retain the integrity of the tomato sauce. And there's a lot that goes into it. When we make our tomato sauce, we add water to it because we know it's going to evaporate in the oven. So there's a salt, olive oil, water ratio that we add to our crushed tomatoes, whip, right? And then if you taste it there, it'd be okay, but it's like a little watery. When you ladle onto your 12-inch pizza and you're baking it in the wood oven for 4 minutes or so, there's evaporation happening, right? So the idea is to catch it after the water is evaporated. And when you're eating it, that's and if you do it right, that's your
it works out.
Yeah.
I feel like half the time, like when you're talking cooking stuff, you're talking chemistry and physics, and like, are you thinking about this stuff all the time?
I'd say from an execution and logistical standpoint, always, because, I have to almost divide up my week where I'm thinking from a restaurant standpoint or from a catering standpoint.
Right.
So, for example, we do high volume, many events through catering.
The Park Avenue Catering.
Park Avenue Catering, and we're in wineries, we're in wine caves, we're outside, we're wind.
When you say high volume, like how many people are you serving at one of those?
We do 125 to 150 is kind of our normal, event, right?
Okay.
I mean, sometimes it's less, sometimes it's more. We'll go up to 400. That happens several times a year. Anything over that is rare. I mean, it does happen, but anytime you get up to that level and you're in an environment where you're not used to it or it's not controlled, right? It could be outside, it could be in somebody's kitchen you've never worked on. It could be in a wine cave, which is 57 degrees or whatever. There's all different variables. So you got to think through all your steps, right? So if you're serving hot food in a wine cave.
Wine cave, just a quick side note. Everyone thinks wine caves are romantic, and they are. But they are cold and damp. And sometimes there's like actual production going on. Sometimes there's actual, and so, there's like water going down and stuff like that. So it's not the quite romantic thought everyone thinks it is.
Yeah, but it's a perfect place to pre-plate 400 salads.
It keeps them nice and chilled the whole time.
It's everything perfect, right?
The problem is the steaks will get a little cool.
Right, so you're not pre-plating 400 steaks. So when you do hot in something like that, you're doing it off of a line. So we're literally building a hot line, right?
Wow.
We're cooking, we're getting it to a point if we have to carve it, the carver's at the back of the line, the plates are in a plate, we have sternos and a plate cabinet.
Keeping them warm.
The plate's hot. And we have a conveyor, like a production line, right? So somebody's got the plate.
Right.
And then you think about the plate, like let's say it's an entree. Right. There's a sauce, a veg, a starch, and a meat. What's going down first, right? So you got to figure out. So you put it all together. You assign your teams, and it's literally conveyor belt all the way down. And then there's usually a table in the direction that you're serving, and T-table or kind of perpendicular, which is the pass, right? That's where
Okay.
all the finished plates go.
And that's where the staff pick them up to.
And that's where, yeah, so you have an expediter and with a chart, like tables.
Right.
Let's say there's 10 tables of 12, right? And so you have to know where they're going. So there's 2 service teams on either side. There's trays, and there's a whole system to get that hot food in a wine cave that could be a couple hundred feet away from the table to the table. And then you layer in allergies and special requests and guests. So there's a lot. Honestly, the food part is the creative part that's my favorite part. That's what I love doing. But then you have to consider all the other steps and logistics to get it to somebody.
So
And in time. And the other thing is against you is time. Is always if you're at a wedding, there's speeches.
Yep.
There's a dance. There's very regimented. You have 18 minutes to serve 225 people entrees, and then you have 10 minutes to clear it, and then so on and so forth. So you have to the entire event is structured.
very structured.
Very, very structured.
Is
And
that
when
something?
like your drunk best friend
Yes.
takes like 5 extra minutes on this,
On
that
the speech?
sucks for the caterer.
Are you glaring at the
It
guy?
sucks for everybody in the event. Nobody, if you're making a speech, keep it short.
Well done. Here's wedding tips from Arie. Keep the wedding speech.
But also honor the people. You're there for love. I
Right.
know that's not only me.
Oh,
I'm just
right,
saying.
but be
But
and
also,
honor the
like,
love.
Respect the whole
Right.
ceremony and the process.
Because there's a wedding organizer.
Nobody's listening to you talk after 5 minutes. Nobody gives a shit. That's what it is.
That's true. There's actually,
Nobody cares.
the 3 G's of public speaking, right? Be gracious, be good, be gone. So that's all you got to do.
100%.
And that's what they remember. And actually, they don't actually remember what you say. They remember how you left them feeling. So if you make them
Yeah.
feel good.
Yeah.
And that's what I did the roundabout. Did I mention the big scissors? I did at the beginning.
Yeah.
I cracked a few jokes. They laughed,
man.
and then we're done. They were also engineers. The bar was pretty low for telling.
What's that? I drove by yesterday. There was a white tent. Is that where you guys did it, or did you do it in the?
Are you referring to the VIP area I
that
was
what it
in?
was?
Yeah, it was Bright Event Rentals put a tent up, and it was a nice tent.
It was a nice tent. I was like, are they working out of
It was slightly, yeah. I think it
See,
was.
I noticed those things because I work in a lot of tents.
You do, and this tent, because I also go to those tent events, and I was like, wow, this is a very large tent for like. There was no dance, there was no DJ, there was just politicians and scissors.
Yeah.
And it was fun though. And again,
No, I think it's great. It's back to the roundabout. I think it's an awesome asset. That was a big pain in the ass. So we do a lot of work at Beyond.
your trucks must get stuck there all the time.
It's fucking worse. You got to build in like 20 extra minutes.
No, you do, and
Which
it is
doesn't.
fun.
I mean, that's not a lot, but that 20 minutes is a lot of time.
When the steaks are getting cold.
Well, I'm just saying when you're traveling and you have a whole staff and you got to coordinate. You could have 50 people off site
And multiply that by, well, think about the grape trucks trying to get to the production facility. The grapes are warming up. It was everything. That was a horrible intersection.
Yeah, it was-
I'm glad they did the roundabout. And let's just, all jokes about engineers aside, it's a fantastic roundabout.
Yeah,
It really is.
Yeah.
It's good there. Going back,
it's so round. It's amazing.
and you go around in a
And
circle.
you can go back, and if you stay in there, you can keep going.
Hold
in a
on,
circle,
hold on.
which
When
is
you
so
were,
much fun.
so in the East Coast, did you guys have roundabouts, or was that not a thing out there when you were a kid? When you were learning to drive,
Yeah,
they were there.
yeah.
Because they're kind of
usually off of highways though, not there. They're usually off of like,
like you hop off an interstate kind of thing.
yeah, and like there's
Got it.
2 or 3 exits that you can kind
Okay.
of choose, but not in the middle. That's a high traffic.
Yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
it's state highways. It's not a freeway. It's like
Right.
it's a rural road when you get down to it.
Absolutely.
Your kids will learn about roundabouts and it won't be a problem. People our age, we didn't hear about roundabouts here up until a couple years ago. So when you were doing driver's ed, they were always like, "Don't worry about it.
Oh, is that right?
You're only in England and you'll be on the wrong side of the road anyway." So so you like spent 30 seconds on it. So it is kind of interesting to see the different divide between young people just go right through it
Yeah.
and older drivers who are less experienced. Anyway, that's been the Sonoma Spiel Talks Traffic Devices. Going back to the chef stuff, what the skills you seem to mention, Arie, is like you seem to be very good at operations and breaking down processes into steps. Is that something that all chefs have, or is it just something that you
No.
have and you happen to be a chef?
I don't think. I think it's just it was out of necessity and practice. We bought the catering company in 2020. It was a full-on catering company. It was staffed. I mean, there's a lot going on. Bruce, the founder, and who's still he's our CEO now.
Is he?
Yeah, we share an office, and I'd say, he's like like the master of logistics. So we have there's a lot of built-in knowledge.
That's good.
And so I was actually learning from Park Avenue over the first couple of years.
Because you hadn't done catering before this. You'd always been restaurants.
Not like this. This is like, there's a lot of caterers out there. There's not a lot of caterers that actually know what they're doing. So you can have anybody, and I'm not saying this is just, these are facts, and facts don't care about your feelings. So if you're out there, but I mean, anybody can cater a wedding, right? You don't need like a master's degree or an accreditation from an organization. Right?
I'm available. I'll do Costco pasta for you right now.
You could kill somebody if you don't know what you're doing.
Don't want to do that. So, okay, I retract my statement.
So to do that kind of volume that fast and keep to those timelines, it's a completely different set of logistics. And not all chefs do it. In fact, I remember, I won't name names here, but there was Sonoma Film Festival and they had big name chefs from San Francisco come down and they couldn't feed 400 people.
Really?
It was a nightmare.
That's
actually.
not good.
And so if you don't have that layer logistic, which is why everybody got smart, now they hire a caterer to just, if not do the food, like sometimes our teams are hired to just quarterback the event. And then you have chefs come and they do their dish, and it's like it's all set up. It's like
So that's how they bring in a celebrity chef.
That's
to do
normally how they do it. Now some celebrity chefs have catering backgrounds and they bring their teams.
Gotcha.
But it's very rare that you're going to bring, like if you're invited to Jackson Hole or Pebble Beach and you live in a different state.
Right.
Nobody's flying more than you and one person out there. It's just not going to work.
So they already have.
I mean, it's rare. It does, but it's not. So yeah. So you need to have an on-the-site, boots-on-the-ground logistics team.
Got it.
That understands. First of all, everything you ordered has to get there before you do.
Right.
It has to be stored somewhere and has to be organized.
Stored safely.
Has to be labeled, right? So you get there, you're like, hey, chef, like when we did Pebble Beach or Miami or Healdsburg Food and Wine.
Yeah.
It's like you show up and someone's like, okay, here's your speed racks, here's your walk-in, here's your trailers, here's your team. You brought a sous chef, here's some culinary kids, different levels. Here's so-and-so, he's more skilled, and he'll show you around the kitchen. I was in Bangkok 2 years ago by myself, and I was doing a 2-week event. It was awesome. And I had a full team there.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they were amazing.
And they were all local Thai chefs.
They're all local, and they work in the hotels at the Sofitel.
Okay.
And you're working on 6 different levels. There's floors, right?
Right.
So it's like walk-ins down there, freezers over here, the events on level here, dessert, after-party cocktails, live action station here, everywhere. And I'm just following these guys around. I don't know where I'm going.
Right.
And we don't
What were
really
you cooking?
speak.
Were you cooking wine country food? Like your food?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were an invited chef
Yeah.
to Thailand.
Yeah. It was awesome.
What a crappy life, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
Great. Oh, they fly you out, they put you up, treat you very, very well. You have, chaperones. So if you go into downtown Bangkok, they have like the chefs that know where to go, where not to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Did you get some good food?
it was incredible food.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so cool. And there's everything from street food to, Michelin rated fine dining, incredible service,
Right.
to late night street markets where I have photos of scorpion and tarantula.
Yeah.
Fried.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, there's tarantulas up at Sonoma Mountain. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying
I wouldn't
you should put it on
recommend
the
it,
menu.
nor would I serve it, but I was in the moment,
Did you
when
try
in
it?
Rome. I did.
Oh, how'd it taste?
It was so crispy that it didn't taste like anything.
It tasted
And I
like
didn't
fried.
finish it. It was on a stick.
Right.
They sell it's like
Yeah.
three baht or it's
Yeah.
like here. And then, you're looking around, you're like, holy shit. And they're all looking at you. I don't want to
waiting.
offend anybody.
Of course.
And it's just super crispy. It's like
I just want to go on the record now as saying we do need in Sonoma more food on sticks because there are not enough. Asia, I went to the markets, Korea, Vietnam. There's lots of food on sticks at those night markets. We don't have enough food on sticks out here. So that might be. I'm just laying that out. It could
well, since all the insurance companies pulled out of California, there might be a good reason for that.
put it right in there. But yeah, I love going to night markets and all the different types of food.
Yeah, it's so cool, and that city really never sleeps, and
That was crazy.
it's just so wild.
So when you're not running weddings for 200 people or 2 other restaurants, what are you doing for fun?
Well, I want to say publicly, so I have an incredible team
Yeah.
with us. I mean, we've never been as strong as we are now. So I have 2 incredible chef de cuisines, Brian and Matt. Brian's at Stella, Matt's at Glen Star. My partners Spencer and Ashley are phenomenal, and Anthony is our GM at Glen Star, and Steve and Greg are also at Stella. So big shout outs to them. They really like they take all the bullets, right?
Right.
And but you're right, and that was planned and necessary, because in order to focus, where I have to focus, which is different every single day, and it's more intense now. We're winding down our catering season.
Okay.
But that's like that's everyday events, multiple events, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. There's lots of logistics, moving parts, lots of people, trucks, equipment, things like that. And I have great partners over there, Diane and Josue. So we have a big top.
Right. You have a lot of teams, obviously, to move that many. People through.
And so everybody kind of stays in their lane, so to speak, and everybody knows, their universe.
Right.
And so it really allows me to be focused where I want to be focused and be where I have to be when I have to be there, and not get, held back.
Right.
Because, separate from that, we're also working on potentially two new projects.
But you're not going to tell me them?
No. Well, it's like having a baby. It's like being pregnant, right? Like they're not. Like we're in week.
Don't tell me the name.
We're in week 2 right now.
All right.
For pregnancy,
really?
Right? I mean,
you don't stop, do you?
No.
No.
But I think, it's when you figure out why you want to do something, which is it's kind of like a creative itch that you want to scratch, but it's also looking down and charting the course for the team that we built, who are eventually going to want more opportunity, right? Or something, or a different challenge. And I wouldn't make these moves now if I wasn't so confident in our team. And so, right now it's more about charting the course, figuring out, okay, who's going where, who's ready to take on more,
right,
and kind of ascend to another level. And it's exciting for us because we get to grow, and we get to hopefully be closer to Sonoma.
Okay, so maybe in Sonoma Valley area.
Yeah,
okay,
or a city.
Okay,
and I think it's just kind of the natural. It feels like it's the right thing. Okay. There's been a lot of macro and microeconomic tailwinds and headwinds, but specifically to city Sonoma, there's some properties that are available right now.
I've heard.
And there's certain gentlemen who came in,
bought a lot of properties, and then a lot of them for sale now.
Yeah, and so I would say there's a lot of opportunity, and I don't know when you'd have this kind of opportunity now.
Yeah.
And it's hard to make a move now because everybody's, there's a lot of national and international,
right.
What's the word I'm looking for there? Challenges, uncertainties. Yeah. And so but now in my estimation is the time where you make a move like this, because there's great opportunity, and it's exciting, and it also keeps me motivated and interested, and you always want to be a little bit afraid.
Yeah.
If you're like, new. I mean, for me, like if I'm like totally comfortable, and I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortably comfortable. That's
I don't like to sit down. I like to try stuff.
Yeah,
and keep moving.
And I also like to my calendar these days is like to the minute. Like
I know you.
Like, I rolled here at 2
in a second. Yeah, you're like I gotta get my kids. And
before that it was like so there's, and I like to do that through the day because it's like it keeps me down. There's
right.
And then
what happens if you stop moving?
Stop moving?
Yeah, like you're always moving. So what happens if you stop? Like what do you just fall asleep?
I guess maybe I don't feel productive.
Okay.
I like to be productive. I like to take on different challenges, like physical, from running and cycling and
right,
and all kinds of fun stuff.
You're one of those half marathon people.
Yeah.
Didn't you do the half marathon?
Yeah.
Look at you. Why are you doing that?
I think I was having this conversation today with somebody. When you're in, I think running is probably one of the more challenging things that you can do, and it's accessible to anybody to a certain point.
Yeah.
Then
if you can just go outside your door and run, if you're physically able.
Yeah, if you're physically able, and I think when you're in that mode, and that's the only thing you can concentrate on is, like my heart rate's up, I got to stop, or whatever that is, and there's nothing else going on. For me, that's actually an escape.
Okay. Yeah.
From everything else.
Do you listen to music when you're running?
Sometimes music if I go for pace, sometimes podcasts, or sometimes lately it's just been nothing,
Yeah.
which is nice because, you know, or I'm thinking about a problem or I'm trying to solve a problem. It's a good way to like, you know, work it out.
It's like a forced meditation.
Yeah, it's great, and it's the only thing you can do. You can't answer your phone. You can't.
Yep.
I mean, you could stop, but if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing.
Right.
And it's almost simplified. It's just like, okay, I got 6.5 miles.
Yeah.
I'm on mile 2. I got 4.5 miles to go. I got a couple hills here. You know, it's 30 seconds slower than the last time I did this. I feel like I need to pick this up and go. So there's a lot of like that. And when you're doing that, it's like a little mini vacation.
Okay.
It's not pleasant physically, honestly. It never does.
Right.
But it takes you out of the day to day and the grind, and you get to have, you know, new perspective. You come back in, and it's like, okay.
That's
So
good.
I think, and it's also a sense of accomplishment, you know, doing something hard.
Yeah.
And I tell my kids this all the time. So we have a cold plunge,
Oh,
and we have a sauna now. We put in.
Okay, good.
I put a recovery little studio in outside. It's an outdoor studio.
yeah.
And the first thing I do in the morning is I get in the cold plunge.
You do it.
It's non-negotiable.
It's set up to a chiller though. You just put ice in it. It's like one of the ones.
No,
that
it's
plug in.
it's plug in. It's a filter. It holds a temperature.
Okay. Yeah.
It's 45 degrees. I went down to 39, but my research told me that it wasn't doing me any better than 45.
Yeah. And your wife was like, "We're gonna like thaw you out."
And the kids are like, "You want us to go in there? Can't be that cold. We're not going to go in." I was like, "Oh, I want everybody to use it." So it's 3 minutes every morning.
Good for you.
Yeah.
So we did a
And it never gets easier ever.
It doesn't.
I've been doing it. This is 3.5 months now, almost every day, and it never.
Arie, thank you for telling me this. My wife loves cold plunges.
Yeah.
She'll stay there for 5 minutes at like a 50-degree one.
So I don't want to tell her what to do, but anything over 3 minutes is diminishing returns.
Good. I'll tell her that.
Yeah.
And
You can do it, but maybe there's some mental benefits to be. Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
did 5
what-
minutes. That's fine.
I'm like, well, her whole thing is she wants me to do it, but now you just told me it doesn't get better. So I'm like, no, I didn't like it for the first 2.5 seconds. It doesn't get better.
So,
No, but for you, I'm happy for you.
but the thing is, when you're done,
Yeah.
it's like, first of all, it's just natural endorphins and
it's just like,
adrenaline.
Whoosh.
And I think it's great. I mean, it's an awesome. I think you really got to go. And you know, I listen to a podcast, but I don't know how much I'm actually listening to it.
Okay.
Because you're in your head and you're like,
Yeah.
your whole body, your brain's telling you that you're freezing, right?
Because you are.
And you're in fight or flight.
Fight or flight.
Fight or flight.
Because
mode,
you
right?
are.
Yeah, you are. But you're sitting there. You're like in your own backyard, and you're like, I mean, I could just get out. Like I'm not.
Like a normal
Drowning.
person.
Right.
Like a rational human being.
And then the other thing is you got to be disciplined. So I go down below my shoulders.
Oh my God.
Like if you go in halfway,
Right,
it's
no, that's the
fine.
problem.
Like that's the problem, right? So you just go in,
Okay.
rip the Band-Aid off, right? And you get there, and like I'm checking my watch. I'm like, 15 seconds. It couldn't be 15. It's got to be more than that. You know, you're like negotiating with your head,
Right.
And before you know it, it's done,
It's the weird elasticity of time.
and that's it. So
We did one of the
hard
Petaluma
things.
River last week. You paddle the river.
Yeah.
You stop by the old Papas de Verna. They're building something new there. But there's a guy, and he has a business where he has a sauna and a cold plunge looking out over the river.
Yeah, that's great.
And when my wife booked it, I thought, wait, we're going to jump in the Petaluma Slough? Like, we're going to jump in, like, it's just, no, there's a separate actual tub. It was quite nice.
Yeah.
But you're crazy.
The sauna's good, but we have an infrared sauna, and I use that too. And it's great. It's got Bluetooth. I can listen to podcasts, do work.
Okay.
It's not hot. It's hot, but you can bring your phone in.
Okay, it won't like, yeah, the ones that are like super hot inside, then everything heats up.
I don't know
your
how
necklace
good.
burns off.
So my buddy has one. When it was 170 degrees, 180 degrees, I was in there for 3 minutes. I thought I was gonna.
That's almost too hot.
It was too hot. I mean, some people do that, and maybe you work up to that. But I felt like my skin. I felt like it was roasting my skin,
Yeah.
and I didn't see a benefit there. This is 145,
Okay.
which is hot.
It is hot.
And it's a slow roll. You get in there, you don't think it's that hot, and then like 10 minutes into it.
You're basically doing a sous vide on yourself, but
Well, sous vide
But
is
not in water.
Sous vide is under pressure.
and not in plastic.
And yeah. So not exactly, but yeah.
But it's a slow cook.
Yeah.
Not
If I was
not
in there
hard
for long enough, I'd be medium rare.
cook. So when I ask you what you do for fun, and the answer is I don't stop doing stuff, but basically what you do is you
Okay.
torture yourself.
Yeah, I do. But I also travel. We travel a lot. So I have a November to February. We do. That's my off season.
Yes.
So we're fortunate enough. We plan a lot of fun.
A lot of vacations and skiing.
Yeah,
stuff
or
like that.
things just like cool, things maybe we haven't done before, and we get away a lot. Not just short and long, but we just we make sure that we break that up.
You were my favorite story I tell about chefs because in the tourism business we often get a lot of things like you need to worry about the off season. So we're always racking our brains about okay, January is always a very slow season, and you should do a big event or something like that. And you're like, Tim, chefs like to tell you that they want to do stuff in January, but really we want to go skiing.
Yeah, don't do it.
I'm like, got it.
Not only that, like nobody's coming here. January, this is going into year 14. There's nothing you can do in January. It doesn't. There's that one holiday weekend, but like
no.
And the weekends are okay,
right?
Fine, but like it is what it is.
It's the third. It's the third week in January. Everyone gets their credit card bill, or the second week in January from the month before.
Is that what it is?
And then it's just like, and then for the first 14 days we're all doing yoga and Pilates and eating kale.
So it kind of depends. So it's calendar specific. So this year, New Year's Eve is on Wednesday, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, you don't
because then
you get the weekends on both sides.
Thursday, you get Friday, Saturday, which are strong.
Yeah.
So you get your first 3 days in January are not bad, which is everything. Because when you look at the first 20 days of January, which historically suck, now 3 aren't going to suck.
Right.
And so it's nice. Now on the flip side of that, Valentine's Day is on a Saturday, which sucks.
Oh, you want that?
And they put
Thursday.
President's Day on the Monday.
Is it always on a Monday?
Yeah, but not the Monday after Valentine's Day.
Oh,
it's like 3 days.
Really?
So when in years when they're 10 days apart, so like Valentine's Day is a Wednesday or what?
Right. When it's the third week, right?
Those are phenomenal Februarys for restaurants. At least in my experience.
No, restaurants are so attuned to day-to-day variations and patterns. Yeah. And back when I was...
But whoever put these two holidays together...
You want to send them a letter?
Yeah, we got to talk.
We're going to let you know a thing or two. Arie from Philadelphia is pissed. I know you got to go get your kids soon, so I don't want to keep you from that.
I'm good. Yeah. We got some time.
Before we move on to the answering questions, Stella Kenwood, new restaurant in Kenwood. Kenwood's kind of going under a renaissance right now. Like I want to call it. You invested a ton of blood, sweat, and money into doing that. The old Cafe Chidi building.
Yeah.
Pillow Fight Coffee's been picking up over there.
Yeah, that's great.
The different Hamilton Family Winery, they're starting a new tour up there. I don't know if you know that.
Hamel or Hamilton?
Hamilton.
Okay.
Yeah, they up there, the family. They're getting the little trikes from Howard Sapper from Pushpak Tours.
Oh, cool.
They're going to be doing little tours of Kenwood.
Good.
So Kenwood's having its moment.
Yeah, I think it's great. Kenwood's great. That was kind of the natural next step for us, I think. Yeah, to kind of extend. And Kenwood, you have Rincon Valley and Santa Rosa, which Glen on Star and Glen on, it's 2.9 miles south.
Okay.
That's it.
Right.
But it's a whole nother crowd.
No, you draw Oakmont / Eastern Santa Rosa into you for the locals. And then for people who are visiting.
And there's actually quite a neighborhood like behind. I mean, there's a lot of homes back there. It goes pretty.
This might shock you.
Lawndale and there's like a whole
community back there. Yeah, they call it Kenwood. Yeah. And then all you guys, I don't know if you're doing it, but everyone was getting the Swedes feeds, dinosaurs, elephants, camels, and putting it in front of it on the highway.
Oh, that's the first I've heard of it.
Yeah, and they're for sale. So what they actually did was, I think Seamus Wines, he's over there by Palooza. I don't know, or maybe Pillow Fight did it, but they all put the big elephants and dinosaur sculptures, the big ones that they have. They're putting them kind of along the highway, and it kind of creates a corridor. So maybe it's time for Stella to get, I don't know, an alligator or something. Sure. Maybe a Godzilla.
You're talking about like the rusted metal.
Yeah, they're 10 feet tall.
Sure.
Yeah, they're really big.
Okay.
So think about that.
I will.
And then maybe that'll be in front of Stella. Maybe a star. Why is the name Stella?
Well, we wanted to evolve star.
Got it.
And Stella in Italian is star, so that was just kind of
just the way it went.
Yeah, I don't even think we didn't think long on the name. It was more about the aesthetic, the.
But it's like your French restaurant could be like L'Etoile or something like that, and then like.
Yeah, I don't know if I want a French restaurant, honestly. But I think whatever it is next.
Yeah.
There'll be a star. It doesn't have to be star, but I think there'll be a star in the logo somewhere, just to like.
All right, good. I'm teasing it out of you.
Have our constellation.
To do it in there.
We're building our.
Why'd you choose Glen Ellen and Star then?
I choose Glen Ellen Star because I knew there was a wood oven, I knew there'd be pizza, but I didn't know what kind of restaurant we were going to evolve into.
Okay.
And I didn't know the area very well. And so I made a decision to keep it malleable, right?
Smart.
To just have like, and it's kind of hard not to know where it is if you say the name. So that's it.
Glen Ellen Star.
And I honestly, I looked at the Macy's star.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's, first of all, you can see it, right? That's like
Correct.
super recognizable. You call it the star. It's easy to say. And I think if you name something, it should be, recall has to be like, it's got to be easy to.
It's easy to pronounce in different languages. It's easy to it's short.
Yeah.
So that's what it was.
But there's a misconception. So people think that we have a Michelin star.
Oh, gotcha.
And I stopped fighting it because it's too overwhelming.
Right.
But we've been recognized by the Michelin Guide for a bib gourmand.
Right. Which
for 12 years now. I
means like worth the stop or like a good place to eat.
Yeah, it's like neighborhood gem, right? And I think that absolutely fits our
100%,
restaurant.
100%.
That's. But people think we're the like
you're called.
We named our restaurant the Star because we have a star, which is the
That's
most
very
dangerous.
Clever. Well, I'm going to open a restaurant across the street called 3 Star. So, what do you think of that, Arie?
I don't know if 3 stars are having their moment right now. That might be the wrong direction to lean into. I don't know.
That's actually a good point.
But yeah, that's why we named it, honestly. Okay. And I think it's paid some dividends because we've changed. I mean, if you look at our opening menu, it's totally different.
Right.
It's great.
Which is smart because people's tastes change.
And really the teams, it's important to give, I came up on the chef sides, and it's a lot of operators make big mistakes when they hire, a talented chef, and they don't allow them creative license. They hit a ceiling real fast, they get frustrated, and they move on. And some chefs are okay with that, but if you're hiring somebody who's talented, who's passionate, who's creative, it's important that they get to express themselves.
Okay.
And there's some guardrails, and there's like, hey, we've done this in the past, hasn't worked, or things like that. But I was just in a meeting at Glen Star, and Matt, he's coming up with and Diego, 2 wine dinners, our New Year's Eve menu, our neighborhood night menu, and the a la carte menu. So it's like there's a lot of creative input, and it's important that they can be able to express themselves and be excited about something and like actually put it on, and that changes with who's the chef.
I like that
over the years, so it allows some license.
Right, that's smart. That's very smart. All right, so do you guys have a website for Stella Kenwood? I'm supposed to ask you that.
Stella Kenwood.
That's easy. Good. Stella Kenwood.
It's also our Instagram handle.
Stella Kenwood. It's got all sorts of stuff on there. You can see the pastas, see everything on there. I hear the food is quite good. So
food's phenomenal.
It is phenomenal.
Yeah, holiday parties, if you guys are interested, anybody out there
everything.
listening?
So holiday parties, very small post-wedding events, bar mitzvahs, promotions.
Celebration of life.
Very small funerals / celebrations of life.
Yeah.
Am I missing anything else?
No, just great for parties. It's a larger event space than we have at Glen Star. Right. So
that's true.
Yeah, we do.
You have an outdoor patio / tent.
We have I'll just give you a quick update. I know we're wrapping this up. In April, we're starting construction. We have a permanent structure out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, permits just came through.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, sure you want to say
8 months.
that?
I mean,
thank you, Permit Sonoma, for being so quick and respectful of small business.
For a prefabricated structure.
I will bring my scissors to the ribbon cutting.
You know what? Well, we should do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be done end of April, early May. It's about 3 or 4 week process, and we're super excited. It'll be a nice boost and way to kick off.
I love that.
So yeah,
you can't escape though. You know what we do at the end of the podcast, right? You're going to answer visitor questions. We're going to go real fast because I know you got to go. Are you ready?
Let's go.
So here we go. So Arie, we have 2 visitor centers. People call us, text us, slide into our DMs. Email us, info@Sonoma Valley. You're going to help us in a segment we call We Get Questions. First one. I got this from a woman named Maria. She has horses, and she wants to know, where can we bring horses in Sonoma Valley?
Well, Maria, I'm not in the horse game. I know. Jack London State Park.
Jack London State Park. They do have a horse outfitter, and I think you can bring your own horse. Yeah. BYOH. So that's one of them. Also nearby, Sonoma Valley Regional Park.
Okay,
you can bring him.
Yeah, I think I've seen one there.
And maybe Hood Mountain. I have to double check on that.
Never seen a horse. I run Hood Mountain. I've never seen a horse up there. But
is it in the back? I want to, because I'm trying to figure out, because I don't think Sugarloaf to have.
Well, there's Sugarloaf and there's Hood.
Yeah.
Actually, Hood is the tallest, in my estimation, peak in Sonoma. It's like almost 2,700 feet.
Is Gunsight Rock in Hood or is that in Sugar?
That's Sugarloaf.
It is in Sugar. Okay. Because they are kind of contiguous, but there's a little strip of land.
Or it's a Hood or Bald. No, it's Bald Mountain.
Bald Mountain.
Bald Mountain, the summit of Bald Mountain.
Right.
That's like almost 2,700 feet.
It's high.
It's high. That's, yeah.
I mean, the highest point, I think, in Sonoma County is Mount St. Helena, which is, you got to go in through Napa or Lake to get to the peak. But that is a very tall one up at Bald Mountain, too. Okay, ready? I saw on the menu at the Sunflower Cafe that there was something made with buffalo milk. Is that a joke, or can you really milk a buffalo?
No, that's not a joke.
That's real. Mm-hmm. So could you actually say to my sister Margot, yes, you can milk a buffalo?
Yes. In fact, there was somebody, I think it's in, I don't know where the ranch is, so I don't want to butcher it, but it's somewhere close. Somebody tried to sell us buffalo milk and buffalo mozzarella a while ago, and I forgive me for not remembering the name, but that is a real thing.
It is a real thing. Thank you. She didn't believe me, thought I was joking. It's true. Quick question. When is the lighting of the plaza this year?
November 19th.
It's very close. November 22nd. It was November 19th last year, so it's always the Saturday before Thanksgiving. What I loved is that you took a guess and you were so close.
You know what? We run the Philadelphia Half Marathon. We're always out of town that
For
week.
real? You're doing it again?
I'm supposed to not do it, according to my doctor, but I'm thinking about
So
it.
when they, in true Philadelphia fashion, do they like throw crap at you, the spectators, and they yell
they
at you
beat
like,
the shit out of
you
you.
suck?
No, that is one of the best.
Really?
Yes, that is Philly. That is a very spirited town.
I like the way you put that.
And nobody's like in a contest like football.
Yeah.
There's a winner loser in a half marathon. They're out there.
Right.
They're cheering. It is an amazing way to see the city.
Okay.
Really any city.
Yeah.
But they are very funny.
Okay.
There's some serious sense of humor. Like when that, I know we're getting there, but
No,
like when that Ticketmaster thing went down.
Yeah.
Where they like screwed up a bunch of tickets. That was like around that time, and I was running. I was like mile 7, and somebody had, what they say, like, you're doing better than Ticketmaster. Shit, I don't remember the joke, but it's real, like,
they were crapping on people, right?
Really current, funny.
They are. They have a sense of humor out there,
and it's like, I mean, it's so funny.
All right, I'm gonna send to Philly tourism that they can do. We're a spirited town, and you can interpret that however
I'm telling
you
you,
want.
man, they get out there, and it's only half. I run the half, not the full.
Okay.
So it's not like it's like the JV squad. Like if you're on the marathon, I'd expect people to go crazy.
Right.
But like, and I'm not saying it's not hard.
Right.
But they get out there and they really cheer you on.
them.
It's phenomenal.
Okay.
So.
But if you don't go, Saturday, November 22nd, lighting in the plaza.
Yeah.
This is actually appropriate for you. I have a tree full of persimmons. What should I do with all these persimmons?
What kind of persimmons?
I think they were fuyu, not the hachi.
Okay, so fuyu. So the difference is fuyu are kind of short and squat, almost kind of more like an apple.
Yep.
Haichia are like teardrop, if you will, or more elongated with a point. Haichia are more for jams. You can also dehydrate. Well, actually, you can dehydrate both, but there's a Japanese word. Is it hojigaki?
Yeah, something like that.
And it gets this like nice little bloom. So we actually do those.
You do that.
We have 2 trees at the farm.
Okay.
And they come all at once, right? So the fuyu persimmons we shave raw in the salad, or we can sugar cure them, or sometimes we'll dehydrate them in the chips, just depending what it is. Yep. The haichias, we can cook down to a jam and make into like persimmon pudding cakes and things like that, or like kind of like a toffee cake, if you will, or sticky toffee cake. Yeah. Or we dry out a bunch of them, and we usually break them out around Christmas or New Year's in menus, and we carry them through January. So it's beautiful. It's like a raisinated, super kind of like sticky, intense, wonderful.
Yes.
Piece of fruit when you dry it.
I have tried to do the haichia method and have successfully grown a bunch of mold and mess in my kitchen.
Okay.
And so I did it
you need
wrong.
You don't need a controlled environment, but you need a dry environment that has a lot of
air moving
crosswind.
through it. Yeah.
And so we have like a drying room at the farm.
Okay.
And so the way you cut them, you need to leave a little like a T so you can hang them.
Right.
And so that's how you get them down there. Or if you have like a chandelier or something like we've had success in our living room for some reason, they just work there. But in kitchens, sometimes this time of year, especially in San Francisco, you'll go and you'll see them hang above the kitchen.
Yeah, the pot
like
rack.
The hood and the air is the flow, and that's great too.
Okay,
so
I like that. And I've done the fuyus, which actually, if you go to Nugget Market, they have a great recipe on their website.
Yeah.
I do a simple syrup. I boil them in simple syrup, and then I dry them.
Yeah.
And then I make candy out of them. You throw them in that castor sugar, it's called.
Yep.
And you make a really good candy out of
Yeah, yeah, they're versatile. They're great.
And then you can make persimmon cocktails with the simple syrup.
Yeah, persimmon cocktails. You can do persimmon mostarda. I mean, you know, we can go.
You're gonna have to give me those recipes.
We can go all day.
Okay, final question. I've been asked to bring something to the holiday dinner this year. What's a good dish to bring to Thanksgiving, and what wine should I bring? So what's a good dish? If sometimes Thanksgiving we're not all going to a chef's house, but people are like, hey, can someone bring
So
stuff?
you can go online and order Glen Ellen Star Thanksgiving takeaway, and you can pick anything from Brussels sprouts and bacon marmalade.
Oh, so people can do a la
buttermilk
carte.
mashed potatoes. It's all together.
It's all together.
Yeah,
So they can bring the whole meal.
You know what I like? Let's see.
What do you like to make?
Well, so the Brussels sprout and bacon marmalade, that's our what
Yeah.
we do at the restaurant. We do a version of it for Thanksgiving. That's probably still one of my favorite combinations for Thanksgiving.
Could a person like myself make that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very simple. It's Thanksgiving, so you got to think it's all heavy. You know, it might be nice to bring like a crisp white. Let's give Guthrie Family Wines a shout out here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So bring a crisp white wine.
White from Guthrie.
Okay.
And one of my favorite all-time salads is a chicory roquefort, candied walnut, and shaved persimmon.
Very good.
That's good.
That sounds really good.
That's pretty. I think that's manageable.
Okay, good. I like that. And what I like about bringing a salad to Thanksgiving is it is lighter because everyone's bringing heavy stuff.
Yeah, you get a little nod for. Well, you can do pecans if you want something more festive, but walnuts kind of interchangeable at that
Okay.
point. Persimmon, we were just talking about them.
Yeah.
The other thing you can use are Honeycrisp apple. They might be a little more accessible. It's
Right.
super easy to pick those up. And chicories, we grow a lot of them.
Oh.
They're kind of like the fibrous, more bitter salad.
Right.
We usually blend them with a non-bitter lettuce to make it more palatable.
Gotcha.
They can get very, very bitter. And that's, there you go.
That's a good deal.
How about that?
Or just say, hey, I'm bringing the entire meal. Order it from Glen Ellen Star. You're the hero.
Well, that was my first suggestion, but you gave me a look. So
Well, no, I mean, I say one dish, you're bringing the whole thing, and I didn't give you a look. I'm just like, that's smart. But what I would do is I would have to repackage it into my own Tupperware to be
that's
I
fine.
totally cooked
Yeah,
all
it's
this.
totally fine.
And they'll be like, that's amazing. So, Arie, it's been wonderful having you here. You are, as always.
It's always a pleasure. I think we should check in every 6 months or so.
Every time you open a new restaurant.
We'll share the.
The thing
we might have to check in twice. No, just
I'm going to hear about it. So what's the, again, give me the quick websites for Stella and for Glen Ellen Star.
GlenEllenStar.com.
Okay.
And StellaKenwood.com. But very active social media. My partner, Ashley Waite, she does a phenomenal job. So if you're receiving emails from either property and you're following along in our journey, our social media journey, so you can get a great idea and finger on the pulse in real time.
I will give a quick shout out, Arie, to any other small business. Follow what she's doing because Ashley does do a good job, and it makes people's my job easier because this is a great photo, it's a great story.
Yeah.
So she's always very current in what's happening and knows how to do it.
I mean the job the velocity of how much we change on the menus and how the downstream effects to parties, like if you're booking parties. So there's a lot that goes in it, but the photographs are great and the content's great, and again, it gives you a great idea, good picture of what we're doing and what we're up to. So
fantastic. All right, then after you go to GlenEllenStar.com or StellaKenwood.com or even ParkAvenueCatering.com. ParkAvCater.com. After you've done that, make sure you go to CinemaValley.com for deals, special offers, and events. Got a new special coming out. Stay 2 nights, get the 3rd night free. Check it out on that website. Mom and Dad, thanks for listening. Talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.